ready to start putting the clay onto this one. At the moment it's just 2 pieces of cardboard, one fitting over the other, and I'm going to show you how we do it. So what I'm first going to do is I'm just going to mark the areas that are going to be completely and utterly covered, because no point putting loads and loads of clay in places that aren't going to be seen. This is just like an air dry clay. You can push it quite thin. Spread it smoothly onto the areas that you want to cover. Now, I don't have masses of excess on the back, so I'm going to pull off what's on the back, smooth down. I don't want it too smooth because I actually quite like the idea that it looks like clay. Ready for the next corner. And we want it thick enough that when we imprint onto it, it will take the pattern that we're going to print onto it. Now, because this is points, the design I'm going to choose is one that works well on pointed areas. So that's the top 2 areas done, as I said. Enough clay that we can imprint into. And looking still like it's covered. That's a bit more for the bottom corners are a little larger, so let's get this covered up. This has got black paper over the ends of the corners because it's the back of an art pad, so I've got to make sure the clay goes all the way. Smooth it down. That's it. One more to go. As you can see, this doesn't take very long. I don't want to be too slow because I need to get the imprinting done before the clay dries out. Always aware that not to leave the bag of clay open because it will dry out. It is air drying. It will dry out, so you constantly keep it covered up if you can. I might have been a bit mean with this one. There we go. Fold that over, fold that over, fold that over. Got rather a lot there. Take some of that off. Smooth it down, smooth it down. Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a plastic template. So this is just a cut-out stencil, but I like the way that we've got the nice pointy bits that will go beautifully onto our corners. I want the smaller designs rather than the larger ones because I don't want them to... And what I'm doing is I'm pushing all my weight down onto this and pushing it into the clay, so the clay comes up through the stencil and leaves a good pattern onto the clay. Now you can see why we need a little bit of thickness there. Then I pull that off, do the same this side. Same again here. Oop, hold on. Okay. So now all we've got to do is leave that to dry. Just feeling that we might, I don't think we're actually going to see an awful lot, so. Yeah, that's fine. So for these 2 little top bits here could do with a little bit extra. So I might just take a little bit extra, just pushed in there, pushed in there. Okay, So we then now put this to side, and now we do this bit. Now obviously I think it looks better if you have like a completely contrasting pattern on the pieces. So I'm thinking I'll choose something different to go with this one. So the easiest way to do this might be to roll some sausages right length and spread the sausage out over our area. Now the design that this one is for dragonflies, and I'm now really wishing that I'd got out my dragonfly before I'd done this, because I hadn't even thought of it until now, and then I suddenly thought, oh, I've got a dragonfly. So now I'm thinking, oh, I should have got that out before I put this clay on. But I put this on quite thick because this is obviously right at the front, so it might be that I'll have time to find my dragonfly. I know where my box of stamps is kept, so that's half the battle, is just finding one stamp amongst hundreds, but at least I know exactly what the dragonfly one looks like. It's in a little green box, so we should be able to find the dragonfly one without too much problem. Alright, so we'll get this on. Okay, so I found my rubber stamp with the dragonfly on it. So now I'm going to just stamp, bearing in mind this is the bottom, so I want my dragonflies not to be flying downwards. Not worried about the colour because I'm going to be painting I want to make swirls coming from the dragonfly's tails where possible. I'm also thinking that I might even put little tiny beads in when I do the tails of the dragonflies, just so they look more substantial once I paint it all in. But I'm quite liking that, that's okay. Might have a bit more of that one in there. Okay. Okay. Looks bad now, but when it's all gilded up and everything, it will be fine. Is there anything I want to add on here? Whilst I can, I might add a swirl in there. Add a swirl in there. Chuck a swirl in there. Pop a swirl in there. Yep. Okay with that. So once those have dried, which won't take long because the clay is quite thin, then I will be spraying those with either gold or silver. I think silver for dragonflies. So that will go like that. Dum, 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 dum. And then the whole thing will be dried, gilded, painted. So now the next thing is to make the compartment in here for the artwork of the dragonfly. Now the reason I did it this way around is because obviously they're quite wide with the wings and they're also quite long. So I needed a shape that I could get that into without it looking heavy. So this is what I chose. So now I've got to make a little box and do some artwork, and then we can paint this all up. Now also on my design for this one, there is an iris that comes right across it in sort of very Art Nouveau style. and on that iris then there's another dragonfly at the top, so that's going to take a little bit of working out, but we like a challenge. We like a challenge, so we'll have a go. All right, that's it for now.